Hey guys, this is Raviraj and welcome to the channel Tech Differences. So today in this video we will be discussing about one of the important component which allows you to connect your graphics card, LAN card, sound card or M.2 SSD to your motherboard. So what is it? Yes, that's correct, it's PCIe slot. So today we will be discussing all about PCIe slots. So you might have heard somewhere on YouTube or you might have read it that this motherboard comes with PCIe 3 version, that comes with PCIe 4 version. This slot has 16 lanes, that has 4 lanes. So what exactly this PCIe mean? What are the lanes on the PCIe slot means? You might have even heard from some of the YouTubers saying connect your graphics card to the higher PCIe version and not to the low PCIe version on your motherboard. So what exactly is the difference between the higher PCIe version, that is PCIe 4 or PCIe 3? So today in this video we will find out answers to all these questions. So let's start the video. And if you are interested in such technical reviews, PC builds or PC component reviews, do subscribe the channel. So let's start with what exactly the PCIe stands for. The PCIe stands for Peripheral Component Interconnect, which is a high-speed interface standard for connecting our graphics card, LAN ports, USB ports, NVMe drive or other components to your motherboard. So the PCIe 3 was first released in 2010 and we have some of the motherboards, that's B450, B460, A320 motherboards, etc. supporting PCIe 3. In the similar way, the PCIe 4 was released in 2017 and we have the latest motherboards, that is X570 and B550 motherboards supporting PCIe 4. So the PCIe slot varies in size and lane depending upon the motherboard chipset, and the slot varies in size and speed depending upon the number of lanes it has. So here in this image we can see different PCIe slots with different sizes and different lanes. As I said, the PCIe slot varies in size and speed depending upon the lane it has. So here in this image we can see PCIe 1 lane slot is the smallest and PCIe 16 lane slot is the largest. We also have PCIe 4 lane and 8 lane slots in this image, which also varies in size. So talking about the speed of the PCIe slot, the PCIe 1 lane slot will have the least bandwidth and the PCIe 16 lane slot will have the highest bandwidth. That might be the reason we connect our graphics card to PCIe 16 slot. So now let's check what exactly the PCIe 2x16, PCIe 4x1, PCIe 3x8 means. The PCIe 3, 4, 2 are nothing but the PCIe versions, and into 4, into 2, into 16 or into 8 are nothing but the lanes on the PCIe slot. What are the lanes? Lanes are nothing but the connections through which communication happens. The lanes consist of two wires, one for transmitting the data and one for receiving the data. More the lanes, more is the speed on that particular PCIe slot. So let's see an example. So this image shows the data transmission speed of different versions of PCIe slot. To understand, let's consider PCIe 3. As it shows, it has 1 Gbps bandwidth for one lane configuration. If you double it, it has 2 Gbps for 2 lanes. Again we double it, that's 4 Gbps for 4 lanes and 8 Gbps for 8 lanes, and so on. At the last it has 16 lanes, so 16 Gbps for 16 lane. So all the speed I mentioned is a single direction or unidirectional speed. The speed we see on the motherboard configurations are mostly the bidirectional speeds. So you might find the PCIe 3 16 lane slot having the speed of 32 Gbps mentioned on the motherboard. As we have seen, latest is the PCIe version and more are the lanes, then we get more bandwidth. That is the reason it is recommended that we connect our graphics card to the latest version of PCIe 16 slot and not to the lower version of it. We mostly connect our graphics card M.2 SSD to the PCIe slots. Remember, the M.2 SSD slot is also a PCIe slot. Coming to the graphics card actually has a lot of data to process so that we get a perfect image on our monitor. During gaming, there is a lot of data transfer happening between CPU and GPU so that we get a perfect real-time image on a monitor, which requires a lot of bandwidth. That is the reason it is recommended that we connect our graphics card to the PCIe 16 latest version. Coming to the SSD is nothing but a storage unit where our operating system files, game files or software files are stored. Whenever we start a software or game, it actually loads the file from SSD, which requires a higher bandwidth. That is why it is recommended that we use a M.2 or NVMe drive, as it is a PCIe slot and has a higher bandwidth and loads the operating system, software or game faster than the usual HDD or SSD. This is the image that shows PCIe card with different format with different lanes, that is 1 lane, 4 lane, 8 lane and 16 lane cards. So let's check what exactly is the difference between PCIe 3 and PCIe 4. As we have seen in the previous image, the bandwidth actually doubles with each PCIe version. So if we compare PCIe 3 and 4, the PCIe 4 has a double bandwidth over PCIe 3. So we can see in this image as well. You can see the PCIe 3 and PCIe 4 version with different lane and their bandwidths. So let's understand this with a different example. So from this image we can see there are two lanes. Consider the one as PCIe 3 lane and second as PCIe 4 lane. Consider that PCIe 3 lane has a speed limit of 80 km per hour and the PCIe 4 lane has a speed limit of 120 km per hour. So as it is clear that PCIe 4 is faster, as PCIe 4 lane has a speed limit which is higher than PCIe 3. So the vehicles can travel with the higher speed, that is 120 km per hour, whereas in PCIe 3 it can only travel at max with the speed of 80 km per hour. Even the lane matters. More are the lane, more is the traffic moving. If you ask about the compatibility, then it is both forward and backward compatible. That is, PCIe 3 card can be used in PCIe 4 slot and PCIe 4 card can be used in PCIe 3 slot. But if we use PCIe 4 card in PCIe 3 slot, PCIe 4 cards bandwidth will be bottlenecked by PCIe 3 slot. So coming to the PCIe 3 version motherboards, we have B450, A520 and B460 motherboards. We also get the latest SSDs available which comes with PCIe 3 slot, and we have the NVIDIA graphics cards which also comes with PCIe 3 slot. Coming to the PCIe 4 motherboards, we have X570, B550 motherboard available in market. We also have SSDs which come with PCIe 4 version. We have NVIDIA's 3000 series GPUs which comes with PCIe 4 version as well. So that's it in this video. If you like the video, please click like button. Thanks for watching. Bye.